Okay. There we go. Seems we got everything working. Load EU5 and OBS. Hit start recording. OBS dies. Reload OBS. EU5 immediately dies. Reload EU5, and we're here. Anyway, I don't think you can hear anything from outside, but I have to have my window open. It's been quite hot today. And by hot I mean it's absolutely freezing outside. My room traps heat in really well, and the radiator's been on today too. Woo. So it seems like this will be my nocturnal marathon, because I probably won't sleep very well. I had a little bit of a look into markets and goods. Not a very strong one, just a little bit of one. We're going to completely ignore the Venetian market. It's nothing to do with us really. We have one tile in it. It can fend for itself. Until we move further over. It might very well be that we end up making a northern European market, because I think there's three. Yeah, there's a Venetian, the Genovesian, and Apolian. An Napoli market. But we are going to look for goods which we do not have stockpiled, but maybe are in high demand. There is a, for example, there's a supply of some pepper, but there is a very heavy demand for pepper, giving a really negative balance, so it should be potentially profitable to import pepper. Has any pepper? Everything is out of balance, so that doesn't work, for example. So sturdy grains are once again in this horrendous position. There is no profit to be made in importing sturdy grains, apparently. Apparently we're already doing the amount that we can to bring it in. Either that or... maybe the game hasn't updated again? Apparently nothing makes a profit or a loss, which is weird. Give it a month. Grant them aid. I want them to be... and stop being rebellious like everyone else. Else is rebellious too. Right, so we're a month in. What about the 30 grains? But there is profit and loss to be made. There was a month tick. Isn't much in it. We have tons of legumes, probably. Apparently there's a French import. I'd say we make most of the legumes, surely. We make a decent chunk of them here. So is this something that can be exported for profit? No, everyone's quite happy with them. Okay. This is kind of how trade works, is do you have a surplus, and if you do, can you export it? And the answer is the AI seems either really good at keeping their markets balanced in this game, like insanely good, or we just make tons of raw goods and we don't use anywhere near enough of them. So for example, what do we have in really heavy surplus? We have tons of wool in surplus. Can't sell it. Have tons of wine in surplus, can't sell it. So maybe we go here. Those buildings, so we can make a winery. This just makes wine and sells it to the public. No building that uses wine, which was probably likely, in all honesty, but I want to double check. But wool should definitely have something, surely. Wool is made from sheep farms. Surely we can make something from wool, though. The Spinners Guild can use wool. Would be better if it used cotton, I think. Cotton is expensive than wool. So this is really where you could spend so much time in the game. Subsidize as well. Oh, good god. Spinners Guild and Milano, they are using cotton. But if we change that to wool, takes more wool from the market, yes, but it actually makes more profit. If I let this run to the end of the month, will it swap that back? Okay. Which production method are you doing? Why was it only Milano was on this one? Wait. What? Anyway. So, the Spinners Guilds make... They make cloth. Okay. Tailors Guild can use cloth to make fine goods. Okay. So. Gonna be under laborers, is that? Probably, yeah, burgers. Okay. So there's no clothing per se yet, but we could certainly head towards building things like tailors guilds and things like that. Employs more burgers. I think I'm going to click through these buttons going forward. Because this is hiring more of a specific class, which we're interested in because of the power ratings and the tax basis and whatnot. But back to my original thought, right? Looking to make cloth and silk on the market. We have a surplus of. Can we export this anywhere for profit? No. Silk anywhere for profit? No. Oh. We're already technically doing it, so we are making profit by doing this, but maybe I've got too many marketplaces and trading too much. But we are generating surplus of this. Maybe we look at the goods we are importing. Oh my god. We are importing basically nothing. So oh, this is hilarious. Can it suggest me trades? Yeah, suggested trades for profit. Importing gems from Tunis to Geneva. Gold. So suggested exports. So what we can do, trying to get me to export pepper we don't have. But thinks we can trade silk out of Genoa to Sevilla and but you Tai. That. God, this region is so fucked. So, let me get this straight, right? Just looking here. You mean to tell me Portugal has been massacred, but massacred on a market perspective as well? It's cut in half and it's in 2 markets. Castile being in 3 or 4 I can kind of understand, but Aragon's even in 2. Why is this part of the Tunisian market? It's... It is completely fair to say that I have no idea how this market share shit works. This makes sense. This makes sense, right? That maybe this part being Napoli. Like, pick your side. Are you Tunis or are you Naples? You know. None of this section here makes sense. Except this. Except Granada being part of, like, the Faz market, maybe. And even then, it still decides to be part of El... Oh my god. How are you so buggered? What did you do? Anyway, suggested trades for export. For profit, right? Problem is we actually have an insane stockpile of fine cloth, for example. And we don't need all of this in our market. And we can sell jewelry to somewhere else and... I'm going to turn off the market automation a little bit and see what we can do. So... Okay, so I can assign an amount or a goods amount to send away. No way we can do pepper, we don't. It is a raw good from farming. I have the tile. Who makes pepper? I don't even know where this stuff is coming from. Who knows about it? So... go to the Nova market. Does my balance go up? Went up by... because of that? So if you trade for profit, great. So what did it? Still missing fruit. Trade has run out of supply. Pepper from the Genova market to the Nuremberg market is being outcompeted. There is a chance we will end up going to war with Genova to basically destroy or replace the market, and or become its new leader. Just giving me back all the trade capacity. Atlas. Ah, there was current trades and it's gotten rid of all of them. We let a month tick by then. Be able to find out what the market needs. The market will need. Oh, it needs sturdy grains. I can't get. Trying to find out how to get to something is a bit of a nightmare. Let's see if we can import some sturdy grains from somewhere. And you can make a good profit, so why not bring in 12 sets of sturdy grains from Paris? Saffron. I'll down 5 saffron. This much to the market then. Because we'll see if they pick that up. There's a demand for fish. Much of one, so we'll do a little bit. We'll just take the top one for now. Now, if we go back, we have 4 capacity left. I'll have a look at suggested exports. So we can send things to the Venetian market for money. The Venetian market does have a better balance. It's not using as much. We just export this stuff everywhere. For that, and the burgers need 10 of it apparently. So we have tons of this. I'm going to send them 2. I don't think that trade is going to last. Stained glass. Have a spare stained glass we can send somewhere. Why not? And this is marble. Most markets have everything that they're going to need, it seems. It might be an idea that we make our own market and just do our own thing. Really hard to say that I should bring and more pepper out when it's perfectly balanced. Every market of pepper is almost perfectly balanced. That one's running a deficit that it's telling me to import it from. We are running a surplus of silver in our market, and yet it's cheaper elsewhere. Why not? We'll bring more silver in. So if I run month, I'm kind of curious where my balance ends up. I end up at 16. Saffron to the Geneva markets being outcompeted. Fine. There's a little bit more sturdy grain need in our market, but honestly, we nearly met demand just doing that better. The saffron being outcompeted up the Geneva Paris by capacity and just export something else. Have tons of dyes. Oh. So we don't really import much to our market other than sturdy grains. I'm gonna the imports into our market. Really, we want to be exporting if we can to make our goods better and outcompete others, but we can have 2 or more as our rival. Well, maybe we rival Genoa then. And Sicily, because we can piss them off and not really care. That sounds like a good idea. Let's run this another month and see what happens on the trade side. But it seems like we're even making more money running the trades ourselves. our roads doing as well? Needed a road to Treviso and a road to Trento. Is everything seems good? Stability investment on its own. Stability is going up. Clergy hate me. The ability hate me. Patriots here. Oh, we need a road to Brig as well for once it's integrated. Okay, surely we have noble and clergy insurgents, but then have a new sun. Wonderful. Why is this ticking? From 2.67 lack of control. Do we have a lack of control amongst... Of course we'd have a lack of control. What about... Yep. Oh, is this section? So you mean to tell me that all these people are really unhappy because I don't have my country integrated? I mean, I get it. But once again, my entire country started as an unintegrated mess. So we're doing Brescia. We've got a little bit more to go. Okay. Probably mean they'll calm down. Let's construct that road. It's going to be painful, but out of curiosity, we can get paved road next time. Oh. Market access cost, proximity cost reduction. I notice how this is a flat number compared to a percentage, which has been other things. So maybe Lodi will just lose. This is a -20, right? So I believe there's just upgrades. Instead of being 45, it's just 25. So this would become 12.5-ish, a bit more. Oh, that's annexation. So we're annexing these people. Hopefully this integrates itself. Okay, my subjects gain fair dealing. Good. What else do we need to handle? It's been a few months. I'm just going to check the market again. All of our goods, our population needs are met. All of our trades are making money. Maybe this trading thing was easier than I thought, and I'll end up pausing the game more often to go and look into such things as well. Like the... I kind of want to start going through buildings now. God, I might end up playing these games really damn slow at this rate. So we have two production methods. What is currently in use? Currently we are using silk. Why don't we use cloth? Silk does turn more of a profit. And we are enhancing it with dye and alum. Whereas this would make a bit of a loss. Okay. Dyes. The wool is not in use. Silk makes more off anyway, so it is the better production method. So now I'm going to go look up silk. Oh, building silk. So is silk a raw good then? Silk is a raw good which has to be farmed. There's some in Geneva, so silk is something that we possibly desire, actually. So taking out Genova might actually be a good idea. Maybe we ask Parliament for some more assistance with that. So we have one's particularly angry with me. So maybe we ask Parliament for a claim on Genova. Oh, we have a prodigy. We should make you have expensive education then. Can I? Yeah. I want to keep an eye on you. For certain. You are an incredible child. Clearly we need to pay for better education. Now that I've had a look at it, I was a bit scared of it before, but now that I've had a look, this isn't bad of a trading system. It does suggest things for population needs, trade needs, government needs, from the looks of it. Food imports, and food is important because that's how you grow your population, so... yeah, there's a lot to it, and I'm quite impressed with it. Careful how much power I give them. Tempted to remove this one. Give me trade capacity for capital. Silk and cloth output, yeah, they can keep that. Probably just set land rights I want to remove now then. Take the research progress. We have a lot of research to get through, so I'm not too fussed at slowing this down. Done banking, we've done minting threshold, which was not as big as I thought it was, sadly. I think we go down centralized bureaucracy law. so that we can start centralizing quicker. This is a production method for paper, so we need to look into things like that. This unlocks a counting house, which gives burghers but more local crown power. And crown power is weird. I think this is technically an average across your country, but if I've understood it right, crown power is 100% at Milano, okay? Or at least projected out of Milano, but isn't 100% itself, maybe. So depending on the buildings you have, so Milano will always be taxed at 100%, sorry. The crown power here is always 100, my bad. But the nobility, the clergy, the burghers and the commoners make up the tax base of Milano. So the potential tax base is 9.87, but they own a portion of the power, so they own a portion of the profits and such. But then you have to tax them based on your taxable amounts. So for example, I tax the commoners at a 38.63%. So in Milano, whatever the commoners make, or whatever the tax base is, I think, to their power, maybe they have a tax base as well, but then I will tax them 38.63% of their tax base. Now when it comes to, let's say, Lodi has the exact same thing as well, but I will get, and you can calculate everything first, but I will get 11.35% less because my crown power has been knocked down. So everything is knocked down by everything is knocked down by 11.35% because I don't have the control, and the control is knocked down because of the proximity to Milano. That is why I'm so on proximity and trying to reduce it everywhere, because it's affecting my tax across the board and my control. And I think we realised earlier there's a lot of other things with control which are problematic, but yeah. I really should through these countries to Geneva, but I don't think I should really go much further than my power base here. Milano is quite central. I could probably take Como and here, but I don't think I should go much further at this time, because I just... what is Big Savoy actually? We're starting to get some big countries over here, looking at it. I'd probably set up a vassal state here, maybe. I could very well expand this one. This Lucca? Yeah, or Lucca. I could expand this one across this way to give them a decent power base, and maybe I expand Verona this way. So one vassal to my west, one vassal to my south, one vassal to my east. I realised I said west and I was over there. It's actually this side is west and this side is east. And maybe I make one in my north if I really want to, but that will give me the mountain ranges and a path to expand south if I want. And between that I would wipe out 2 markets as well, but that's a very long-term goal. $100 Years' War and everything's still going on. Just waiting for some money at the moment to... I could have cancelled that road actually and do that later, that would have been fine. So Treviso's maximum control gone up by a whopping 10% because we reduced proximity with a road. That's not the end of the world. Okay, so some provinces are starving because they can't get enough food. The food stockpiling. Okay, well, that's fixable. I see no provinces particularly starving. I could have sworn there was plenty of food. This is being caused by something else. Right, so there's 32 consumption. There's 26 food being produced locally, which gives a -7 deficit, yes. But surely food is being brought in? Don't know why this is a problem. Yeah, the province doesn't have a food tile. Better education. A 4-year-old that's a quarter as good as some of the people I hire to be generals. You in line for the throne? It is oldest successor. Can't tell him to take the vows. Because aren't you slow? Yeah. So, this 11-year-old can get his ass kicked by the 4-year-old. Wasn't that like 12 a second ago? But I went up 3 points in what, a month? Yep, there's another 3 points to admin. Okay, if he's gonna do that every month, that's an impressive kid. How did you... Oh, he pulled it into the Geneva market. Now it's starving. They have problems with like market access. Yeah. Market access cost would reduce. It has not helped Pianza. Put this up. Kind of having problems with the market, but I don't think these places are starving. Food stockpile is 400 out of 400 and you have an equal balance. Market is still net positive in food across the board. Going to be down to market. Even I don't have full market access in Genova. Send him to Avignon, or we can make him bishop. Counter-espionage. So... the entire Western Schism about the fact that a pope is set up in Avignon, France, and this is now a secondary pope to the one in the Papal States, which is the schism going on. I mean, we'll send him to the Papal States and take the influence. Like making the Pope happy. Silver from the Prague market has run out. Was somewhat to be expected. There is a deficit, so this will also run out if we do this. Deficit gold from the Prague market. I'm trying to look for something without a deficit that we can fill. I can still, like, 6 of dyes from Tunis. No one's making, like, surplus of this stuff. First. Okay, so sugar in the Egyptian market will never run. You can quite happily as one thing we need to keep track of as well is if we have a look at good. I don't know where this is actually. Oh, it's so much easier to see. And it even splits it by market. Jeez. Okay, anyway, not what I was looking for, but there was someone managed to find a there was like a chart of how much it cost in your market, maybe. How much like a specific good
Wild game, apparently. We have a tile for wild game, right? Like a tile over here or something. Not even completely convinced it's a raw resource. Oh, there it is. There is wild game here. Interesting. I was considering like maybe founding another town or city somewhere, but if I'm completely honest, like looking around at this stuff, it's really not worth it, I don't think. Apparently there is a total population cap that your country will be able to handle. I have no idea where to find this at the moment. $32,000 very upset peasants who will go to plus 40% satisfaction once integrated. And if satisfaction is below 18%. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to knock that. One moment. My hand was instinctively heading towards the window because it was getting really quite chilly. I hadn't closed it yet. There's... That is... like, there... I can't tell if rebels are really easy to control or not. Because they don't really fire very quickly. They're guaranteed to fire when they do, right? Like, these ones are coming. I don't think I will be able to stop these ones in time at all. There's too much support for nationalism, and from the lack of control. So this is happening. Well, I say the lack of control. This would actually stop if, once again, they were happy, but they're not happy because they've been conquered. That simply won't go away until they have been integrated. That's not happening anytime soon, so we will have to put these rebels down. Let's codify centralized bureaucracy. We're going to centralize ourselves even further. Already heading pretty heavily. It can't go more than 24.37. That's okay for now. That will go up to 34.37 with our new law coming in. Petty costs for land. Oh, but decentralization. Yeah, just that to take the proximity cost reduction. One moment. Sorry about tapping my microphone all the time. All my buttons got buggered. How many texts we can do at the moment? But what do I even want to aim towards? Maybe I kind of want another cabinet seat. that'll be permanent cabinet seat. Into increased crown power, that's a great way to go as well. We could start heading this way and start properly like trying to culture people, I guess. So this might not be a bad thing to do for when we start to run low on like integrations and things, and that might not be a bad shout. Is to just head, yeah, let's just head this way anyway, because an extra cabinet seat, possible government reforms, that'll be very nice because we lost one of them as well. Ability is coming back, centralized is coming back. We're really spiritual, actually. Mainly spiritual. Still quite innovative, but we are losing maximum, I think. Moving back towards aristocracy. Honestly, we'll have a better quality army, I guess. That's fine. Our quality is getting better as well, which is good. Have better discipline, better quality. Will be land-based. I do with trying to increase the maximum on this as well. This should be a highly disciplined, high quality defensive land army. Oh, but apparently we're peaceful. This kid, man. I've had quite a bit of fun playing around with the trade mechanics. I'm gonna go think about it for a little bit longer. Next time I believe we will get to see what happens there. Clergy are friendly again. Nobility will make it there in time and it won't rebel. That's fine. We'll have another rebellion at some point. And I need to think about next time. I think I want to go into like buildings and maybe their production methods, and maybe we'll go through all of this and see what works better, let it run for a month, try again, and bits and pieces like that. There's so much to this, I can't at the moment see, if you're going to try and play this game properly, how you can take it slowly, basically. See you next time.